Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be going over the wedgie. So that move looks like this. I'm going to go over a few reasons why you might not be able to get the wedgie down. So if you have been struggling, this video is for you. And we're going to get you to the point where you can get this move down. First and foremost, I would love to appreciate and love the fact that I am outside right now. If you've been watching, this is a very different location for my hoop tutorials, but it is finally warm out here in New York and I'm so grateful that spring is finally here. So if you have not been able to get outside lately, or if you've been experiencing seasonal depression like I have, I highly encourage you to get outside, especially if you are in the Northeast. It is starting to become spring. It is warm out. The sun is out and it's been beautiful. Highly encourage you to get outside if you can. Before we get into the tutorial, my name is Kate, also known as Hoop with Kate on literally everything. On this channel, I teach beginner and intermediate hoopers how to expand on their flow. So if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe down below. Be sure to leave a comment, like this video, share it with a friend. It just helps me get my channel out so that we can grow the community even bigger. All right, so let's get into it. So the first thing you need when learning this move is the right hoop. So if you are using a hoop that is way too big, say that you are using a beginner dance hoop, or if you are using a Polypro or HDPE that is large in diameter, that might be your biggest mistake. So when you're doing this move, you want to make sure that you're using a hoop that will land right in between your thighs at this point around here. If you have a large hoop, sometimes what happens is that the hoop gets kind of stuck in between your thighs. You know how your legs have a nice little curve in your thighs? In between that is a gap, and if your hoop is getting stuck there, it's not going to have anything to bounce against. It's going to have a little bit of a space or a hole that is trapping the hoop in between your legs. What you want to do is make sure that you're using a hoop that is falling right in between your thighs right here. You can feel the hoop in between your thighs as you put them together. First and foremost, make sure that you're using a properly sized hoop. This hoop that I'm using is a 5/8 30-inch Polypro. For reference, I'm 5'2", but also just kind of go with what is right for your body and make sure that the hoop is always just landing somewhere in between your legs. So to actually do this move, what you're going to do is place the hoop in front of your dominant leg like this. And what you're going to do is take your opposite leg, you're going to step in front of the hoop, and then you're going to step inside of the hoop. And you're going to want to make sure that your feet are right next to each other. So you're going to be interlocking the hoop in between your legs just like this. When you're doing this move, you're going to be kind of marching in place. But as you are marching, you're going to be lifting your leg up and across. And that is going to guide the hoop up and across your body with your dominant leg. So you're going to go up and across. So see how my knee is pointed up and across, and then it's going to be coming back down. As the hoop is hitting your back, that is when you're going to place your foot back down on the ground and you're going to lift up your opposite leg up and across like this. So you really want to get the timing down. It's right when the hoop is about to hit your back. That's when you're going to put your leg back down on the ground and then you're going to lift up your opposite leg. So the motion is going to look like this. Some mistakes that I see people doing, they're not lifting their knees up and across. Instead, they're kind of like kicking their feet out. You really want to lift up your leg and move it across your body because that is where the hoop is being trapped in. So you want to make sure that you're lifting your leg up and across, and that is going to push the hoop all the way up. If you're just going to be kicking out like this, you're not moving the hoop, right? You're just moving your leg. So you want to make sure that you're actually lifting your hoop up by lifting up your knee. So then when you're up in this position right here, you're just going to plant your foot down and you're going to do the same thing with your opposite leg. So you're going to lift and go across, and that's going to send the hoop back down. You want to make sure that you are not positioned right in the middle of the hoop like this. So see how there's like equal parts in front and behind me? You want to make sure that most of the space created is in front of you. So you want to have minimal space behind you and you want to make sure that everything is out in the front. What that's going to do is if you're pushing the hoop too far back, the hoop is going to get stuck in between your crotch and it's not going to have that nice surface area to bounce across. So you want to make sure that the hoop is nice and far out. So again, you want to make sure that you're lifting your feet up and across. As the hoop is coming back down, you want to plant your leg and do the same thing on the opposite side. You need to get into a good rhythm of this and make sure that you're kind of doing the same amount of power on each side. So let me show you how this move is going to look from the back. You're going to take your opposite leg, step in front of the hoop, and then step inside of the hoop, and make sure that the hoop is landing in between your thighs, again like this. You are going to lift up your dominant leg up and across, and make sure that you're lifting it up and across, not kicking out. And then once it is in this position right here, you're going to plant your dominant leg and do the same thing with your opposite leg. So plant and up. So that is going to send the hoop back down. When you're first learning this move too, you want to make sure that you have the hoop kind of pulled back as much as possible. It's going to position the hoop so that it has a lot of tension, so that when you lift up your dominant leg, it's going to slingshot the hoop all the way back up. When it's up here, you don't have as much power, so you really need to focus on lifting your leg up and across. So I recommend just kind of pulling the hoop back in this position right here, so you can kind of get the momentum of the hoop with the tension that is built in between your legs. So again, we're here, the hoop is all the way to the side. You're gonna lift up your dominant leg up and across, and you're gonna plant and do the same thing. See how my feet are staying in the same position? I'm not kicking my feet out. It truly is my knees driving the hoop up and down my body. All right, everyone, so that is the basic wedgie. If you're still having issues with this move, be sure to leave a comment down below. I've noticed that those points are the biggest obstacles that people face when they are doing this move, and that's the reason why they can't get it down. So if you are still having trouble, please message me. I'd be more than happy to troubleshoot this move for you and help you get it down. But that is a very quick tutorial on the basic wedgie. If you found this helpful, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and watch all the videos on this playlist right here. I've curated a bunch of tutorials over the past couple of years, and it really varies between beginner and intermediate all the way up to advanced moves. All right, I hope this helped. Happy hooping.